don't know whether there's an extended like course to that, but I think it's kind of like the rule of karma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rule of karma.
Yeah. Well, okay. Wow.
My name is Ben.
Oh, my name is Thembisile.
Thembisile.
Yes.
Awesome. You just spell that for me, Thembisile.
It's Thembisile.
Thembisile. Thembisile.
Yes.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, cool. So what belief would you like to discuss? And do you mind if we just maybe stand a bit this way? I just don't want to catch too much noise from the traffic.
Okay, when you're talking about belief, is it like Christian belief? Or?
It's really anything that you think is true. I can give you some examples.
Okay.
So a lot of people do like to talk about religious beliefs. I believe in a specific God. I believe prayer works. Mm-hmm. Then there can be supernatural beliefs. I believe in ghosts. I believe in karma.
Yeah.
It can be political beliefs. I believe in land expropriation without compensation.
Yeah.
I believe in democracy, something like that. But yeah, typically I suggest that people talk about something which is really important to them, which kind of affects their life in a big way.
Yeah. Well, I think my most the most belief I believe in it's karma.
Karma?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Karma. I don't get a lot of people who talk about karma. That's very interesting.
Well, I think that if you treat somebody the way you want to be treated, like that's how karma works. If I treat you the way I want to be treated, then it's okay. But if I treat you like in a bad way and expect you to treat me well, then
okay.
I think it's not nice. Even like learning with maths, you put it in maths, you put it in theory, you put it in practice and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know, but like I think karma, it's a great belief and it's a very strong belief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think karma has a supernatural cause?
I don't know.
Okay. let's dig into it a bit.
What do you think?
I'd be more than happy to share with you what I think, but during if it's fine with you,
Yeah.
I'd rather just say at the end of the interview so I don't influence your answers. Okay? Is that fine?
Okay, it's cool.
Okay, cool. Cool. So before we start,
Yeah.
if you had to rate your confidence in karma as an actual thing, where would you put yourself on a scale of 0 to 100?
I don't know, maybe 60.
60. Cool. Okay, 60. So it's a nice and honest answer. It's not very high, not very low. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me, you mentioned that if you do something good to somebody,
I believe you'll be repaid in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And not necessarily by that person?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how it works. It's not like the person you did well to, but like the other person you don't know would do good to you. Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
Okay, so it's not really necessarily intrinsic thing. It's not, kind of this exchange of I do good to you, you do good to me. Does that kind of mean that there has to be something external which is causing this?
I don't know whether there's an extended like course to that, but I think it's kind of like the rule of karma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rule of karma.
Yeah. Well, okay. Wow. It's kind of like a rule of karma because I don't think if there was an extended like course or stuff like that, it would have been studied that okay, if you do this, maybe like spontaneously this will happen. No, I believe that karma takes time, and
Okay.
it's that thing that you just you do good to somebody, and then someday when you really, really need help, somebody will do good to you.
Okay.
So you don't have to expect it like right away, stuff like that. You have to just know that, okay, I need to treat everyone good. Don't just treat one person good and then expect that it will be repaid. No, just, let it be what's that, like something you do every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of, what's the word? Internalize it. It needs to be part of your daily interactions.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. But and I think anybody would agree to kind of take that approach to life is a very nice and positive way of living life.
Yeah.
But so you're saying that when we do live our lives, that when we do good to people,
Yeah.
not necessarily immediately, not necessarily in the near future, but somewhere down the line,
Yeah.
you'll get the reward out of that.
Yeah, when you really need something,
Okay.
like when you really you're in trouble, or maybe you need help, somebody out of nowhere would just come and help you. That's kind of like karma. And then you'll know that, okay, since I live my life in a positive, upbeat, and treating people the way I want to be treated, like
Yeah.
I will get that, but not now. Don't ever think that, okay, I'm going to get it now.
Immediately. Okay, cool. So you shouldn't have that expectation tied to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because like when you treat somebody good, it's that thing that like other people will be positive about themselves, and when they look at you, they'll look at you as an inspiration because you treat them good. You actually tell, sometimes you're treating somebody good, it's not like giving them money or whatever, but sometimes giving them motivation when they are down.
Awesome.
Like inspiring them if you
Yeah.
think that they are lost and stuff like that. And someday you'll get into that stage, and somebody will be like, okay, you know what, it's not the end of the world. Just like right now, I'm writing myself, and it's kind of stressing, but I just want to have that positive mindset, positive, attitude to it. When I get there, I'm like, I can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is it possible
Yeah.
for somebody, no matter how they live their lives,
Yeah.
to have something happen to them which is very good, but which is a coincidence?
Yeah. I think it's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would we tell the difference between a coincidence and karma?
Okay, if you do something bad to somebody will get that bad thing in return.
Sorry, say again?
If you do
Something bad, yeah?
yeah, like you'll be repaid with that bad thing someday. Somehow.
Okay.
So karma doesn't only do with like good, like treating other people good, but sometimes doing something bad.
Okay. Is it possible for somebody
Yeah.
who really, really lives their life as positively as they can? They try and be a good force in the world. They try and be good to everybody around them.
Yeah.
For something very bad to still happen to them.
Well, again, I do believe that it's like I'm a positive person. For example, like I'm a very positive person. Something bad or something really discouraging or really demotivating happens to one, so that she can or he can actually like be able to maybe have that like rethink your life, take a step back and be like, okay, this is an obstacle. I
Yeah.
need to overcome it. Maybe you need to work hard and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that you have to change, though. It's
Yeah.
just that it's one of those challenges you have to conquer.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And kind of your view around life and your approach is going to really inform how you interpret that and what you do with that event.
Yeah. And
But my question is it possible for somebody who really has never done something which you would say, wow, look at what this guy did, he's going to get some karma on his ass? Is it possible for somebody then for something really bad to happen to them, like they get into a car accident, again maybe by a coincidence?
yeah, by coincidence, it can happen.
Okay.
Like everything is possible.
How do we determine if something? So we've said now that something good can happen by coincidence.
Yeah.
Something bad can happen to you by coincidence. How do we tell the difference between a coincidence and karmic retribution?
Okay. Something by coincidence is that thing that will happen just once, but with karma is that thing like you see people having that good upbeat like towards you, having that positive attitude towards you, so you know that it's karma because you're treating them well. But if you're treating them bad, is that thing they'll give you that bad attitude, that bad bad kind of vibe.
Okay.
So yeah, those kind of things. But with coincidence, that thing, it happens once. But like with karma, it happens as you to do good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you treat people well and they treat you well back,
yeah,
or if you treat people badly and they treat you badly in return, that is how we know it's karma.
Yeah, that's my whole theory.
Okay. Can there be a different explanation for that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. But like most of the time we interpret it as karma. Because karma, it's like, okay, I do good to this and then you will be repaid with good. Like you do that thing like an everyday activity and stuff like that, and then you get the same thing. But with like a coincidence, that thing like it just happened. You didn't like, you don't know why it happened, stuff like that. But some of the things you know that, okay, I treated people good, maybe that's why I'm being treated good.
Okay.
So that would be my definition of karma.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Would that still be then something externally working towards it, or can that be explained as more a internal thing? You know, you treat people well,
Yeah.
and they treat you well in return because you treat them well.
I think that it's okay. Let me see. But that one, I don't know. I don't know whether it's an internal or external.
Okay.
Yeah.
How can we find out if it's an internal or external thing?
Okay. I love to relate everything, kind of like to physics and stuff.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's great. So when you're talking about an external force, it's that thing that kind of like maybe when you're walking right now, or maybe we are considering a car, like maybe a car just driving, and then that force that's like opposite to the motion, we call it like an external force.
Okay.
So that thing is actually the one that's making the car not to move very fast and stuff like that. It's kind of like so I think karma is an internal force or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah, no, I just like did it in my brain. And
You had the trolleys, everything happening, the diagrams going. Cool.
Yeah. To result, you want everything to be correct, and you must do it fast. But sometimes that thing you have to go slow, so that like not very slow though. Just go with the flow. Just look at everything. Be. Yeah. Well. Yeah, you kind of get me, right?
Yeah, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, you're doing all of this for epistemology?
Street epistemology, yeah, it's what it's called. It's kind of a professor of philosophy in the US came up with the idea, and he said, what happens, people when people have conversations about beliefs, they become very charged, and people invest so much in their conclusion that you can't necessarily change their mind by showing them facts that might be contradictory.
Yes.
I think we've all seen that in our lives.
Yeah, it's like just like this other guy at home. He doesn't believe in Christianity and stuff like that. So he came with this whole like facts and stuff like that to make us not to believe. It's that thing when your mind is set into, okay, I think this is correct. Even if somebody can actually make your theory incorrect, you don't take it. That thing, I'm correct. You stick to your conclusion. I'm correct, even though like you messed up somewhere. With the religion beliefs, is that thing. It's way beyond our hands and beyond our But I believe that like as people, we need to sometimes look at the facts, and then if our conclusion is incorrect, change it. Yes.
absolutely. The weirdest thing for me when I started doing this, and I always thought of myself as a very open-minded person.
Yeah.
But when I started watching videos like the one I'm making now, and while watching those videos, I started going like, holy shit, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
But I believe all these things. Do I have good reasons? And I started questioning myself, and I actually, it's not so much the reasons that I question, it's more the methods I use to arrive at the reasons.
Yeah.
And when you realize that the method isn't reliable, it really changes how you look at that belief.
That thing, yes.
Yeah.
It's like it takes you to another level. Like, okay, maybe we should take a step back and look at it and like,
Yeah.
I was going the wrong way, so now I have to take this one. You actually kind of understand sometimes like things, why they are like this and why not like that, stuff like that. It's really interesting, and I would have loved to maybe major in philosophy.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let me
Yeah.
give you my card. My email address is there. If you drop me a mail,
Yes.
I'll send you some resources. Like there's a Facebook group for this method, where
Yeah.
people, you know, it's all just people are interested in it. There's about almost 5,000 members in there. You know, they just have chats about it. They discuss the technique.
Yeah.
They put up, you know, some of the conversations they've had, ask for input. So it's very cool. It's so fun to get input from a bunch of different people.
Yeah.
My YouTube channel is on there as well. On the YouTube channel, I've got there's a bunch of guys who've been doing it for much longer than I have and do it a much better job since I'm only starting out.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think you'd love it. I think you'd find it very interesting.
Well, yeah, I would, because it has been amazing talking to you.
Awesome.
And,
I'm
like,
so glad.
okay.
So glad I've met you, Thembisile. And yeah, really, if you ever want to chat again, or if you'd ever like more information, please feel free to email me. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, thank you.
And best of luck with your sub. I hope it goes well.
I'm upbeat about it.
Cool, bye.